Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy TNL, and today we are talking about why everything feels like it's a performance online. Because do you ever scroll online and feel like nobody's acting natural anymore? Like everybody's trying to become something. They're trying to look smarter than they maybe appear to actually be in real life. They're trying to look richer than they appear to be in real life. They're trying to look happier. They're trying to look unbothered. They're trying to look important. Even normal conversations feel slightly calculated now. And honestly, I think people are getting exhausted from constantly performing without even realizing it. Because the internet changed way, the internet changed the way humans behave. Before social media, people only are worried about, how they're perceived by family, friends, coworkers, people around them, in their circle, in their town. And now people feel observed by maybe hundreds or maybe even thousands of people all the time, even when nobody's actually watching. And once humans, feel watched, they start adjusting themselves. And of course that's natural. You speak differently, you dress differently, you react differently. But online, the pressure never fully wears off. It never fully turns off. I think that is why so many people feel mentally restless lately. Their brain is always managing an image. How do I look? How do I sound? What will people think about this? Should I post this? Does my life seem interesting enough at the moment? That's a lot for the human mind to carry constantly, especially at a younger age, which I think a lot of people who are on the internet are at a younger age. And the scary part is social media rewards performance more than authenticity most of the time. The loudest people win, the flashiest people win, the craziest people will win, the most outrageous people will win. So people slowly start learning if I exaggerate myself, I get rewarded. That changes the culture quietly. That's why everyone online slowly starts blending together too. Everybody will have the same humor, they'll have the same opinions, the same aesthetics, the same personalities, the same phrases. You kind of get the idea. People absorb whatever gets the most attention, and eventually it becomes too hard to tell who people actually are underneath all of it. You can feel it even in daily life now. People don't experience moments naturally anymore. They experience them through a lens of potential content. You'll see someone at a concert recording the entire thing instead of actually feeling the moment. People go on vacation and spend half the trip editing photos. People, people will be with their friends, and then they'll when they're hanging out, everybody's on their phone half of the time. Even relationships feel affected by it. Some people care more about looking happy together online than actually being happy together in real life. And that's dark when you think about it. And honestly, I think a lot of people miss authenticity more than they realize. Real conversations, real personalities, and real peace that people can bring. Something that doesn't feel filtered through trends, algorithms, and image management constantly, because humans need genuine connection, not just visibility. You hear what I'm saying? The internet also created this pressure to always appear interesting. You can't just be a normal person anymore. Now everybody feels the pressure to build maybe a brand, build an image, build an audience, build a persona, like an alternate persona than who they really are. Even authenticity became an aesthetic somehow. After a while, people stop asking what actually fulfills me and what keeps people engaged. And that's dangerous, because engagement and happiness aren't the same thing. I think that that's why so many people secretly feel disconnected from themselves now. They spend so much time performing externally that they lose touch with their actual internal life and what's going around them. You know what I'm saying? Like their thoughts, their interests, their personality. Everything becomes shaped around perception. And perception is exhausting, believe it or not, because no matter how admired you become online, it's never enough for long. That validation will fade fast. then you need more attention, then you need more reactions, then you need more visibility. And it becomes this endless loop, this endless cycle that you're trapped in. And I honestly think some people are starting to realize this now. You'll see people becoming burnt out from social media, burnt out from comparison, burnt out from trying to maintain their image constantly. And then they take a break. And the break becomes very long and very overextended. You can see and you can tell. Because humans were never supposed to live inside a nonstop feedback loop. Your brain isn't built for thousands of opinions every single day that you exist. That's why people feel so anxious online now. Everybody's scared of looking stupid, looking awkward, looking unsuccessful, getting judged, getting ignored. So instead of expressing themselves naturally, people start constructing themselves. And eventually, you don't even know if people are showing you their life or showing you a character they created to survive online. But here's the truth. I think a lot of people are craving right now. Not perfection, not flexing, not another polished persona, basically. But people kind of want something that feels real. And that's why genuine people stand out immediately now. And you can easily spot it because authenticity is very rare and it became very rare. And honestly, some of the happiest people aren't constantly visible online. They're present in real life. They're in the moment. They have private joy. They have private memories. They have private peace. They don't have to share everything that they come in contact with, people online. Fake people, basically, that don't even exist really in, what I'm saying? They exist, but they don't exist in the space around these people. Not every meaningful moment has to become content. It doesn't have to be a picture that you take. It could just be a memory that you have in your mind. How things used to be. And not every experience needs validation. Some things are supposed to belong only to you. I think modern life made people forget that. It really convinced people that being seen is the same thing as being fulfilled. But it's not. Attention can make you visible, but it can't make you whole. Only real connection can do that. Real connection that you have with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Real purpose or real identity. It's real peace. So maybe the goal now isn't to become more impressive online, but maybe it's to become more real offline. Just learning how to enjoy moments without documenting them immediately. Learning how to think your own thoughts again without thinking about what you saw of this person's opinion on your TikTok For You page. Just learning how to exist without constantly needing reactions from strangers. Because if you spend too long performing for the internet, eventually you might wake up one day and be like, wow, you realize you haven't even fully been yourself in years. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of video. And TNL out.